Today we'll check out one of the many ferry crossings in Japan aboard the SEA PASEO 2, a ferry which connects Matsuyama and Hiroshima. With 430 inhabited islands in the country, ferries come in all shapes and sizes, and it's an integral part of Japan's vast transportation network. Should you consider a ferry when traveling in Japan? Come along for the ride, and let's find out together. Good afternoon and welcome back to another video. Well, I thought I would change things up a little bit and bring you along for a ferry crossing in Japan. I'm just about at the ferry terminal here where I'm going to catch a ferry which connects Matsuyama, Ehime with Hiroshima. And this ferry has 10 crossings per day in each direction, and we're after the ferry which leaves at 3:20 in the afternoon. I actually want to get the ferry that left at 4:15, but I went to the wrong ferry terminal. Oops. So come along as we go from A to B. I was going to say it looks like a nice day. This is actually the same day as the previous video. It was nice and sunny in the morning, but definitely the weather has changed. So we'll see how the afternoon goes. I think it's about 2 hours to get to Hiroshima, but we'll enjoy the ferry hopefully and have a nice trip. As I mentioned, I initially went to the wrong port, so it's beneficial to point out that multiple ports may exist in a particular city or town. A quick search on Google set me in the right direction. The Matsuyamakankoko is near the end of the Iyo-Tetsu train line. A shuttle bus can be used, which connects the train station to the port, or you can simply walk the 500 meters or so, like I did. When I got inside, the ticket counter was closed. It appears tickets are sold 30 minutes prior to departure. No problem, that gave me some time to relax and enjoy this bento, which I picked up during my earlier unscheduled detour. The ferry terminal wasn't too busy during the mid-afternoon, and it's a comfortable place to wait for your boat. There's a convenience store and a gift shop on the opposite side of the ticket counter, and a cafe on the second floor. The board at the front shows the departure times and gates. Generally speaking, in Japan, there's two options of ferry: the high-speed and regular ferry, with the main difference being a trade-off of price and time. Here's one of the high-speed ferries. They also can't hold vehicles, and sometimes there's a luggage weight restriction. Not too long later, we catch our ferry arriving from Honshu. I purchased my ticket once that counter was open. Turnaround times are pretty quick for the ferries, so soon after, passengers were instructed to head up to the gate as the ferry was still unloading. There are no seat reservations, so you can sit wherever you want. I was originally going to head to those front seats, but then these seats off to the side caught my eye, so I headed over there. And looks like it'll do. No shoes, please. And right on time, we depart and start to make our way to Hiroshima. We pass the Hayamoto 2, which is an overnight ferry which connects Matsuyama and Kokura in Kyushu. I've yet to do an overnight ferry in Japan. Would it be something you would like to see? Leave a comment and maybe I'll add to the list for 2024. This ferry route connects Matsuyama and Hiroshima. It makes one intermediate stop in Kure in either direction. It's just under 2 hours to reach Kure, and then another 45 minutes between Kure and Hiroshima. I'll be getting off at the first stop this day, as it has quick access to the train, and I was headed up to Hiroshima Airport. The second and third floor of the ferry are for passenger use, with a generous variety of seating options. Again, there are no seating reservations, so you can sit wherever you please. At the front, there's some Chesterfield seating with easy access to electrical outlets. The center of the floor has these relaxing seats, which offer recline and a little table. I would have gone for these seats, however, there's no power outlet nearby. The Gorone area is a carpeted space in which to lie down on. The most basic ferries in Japan are just a large room with carpet or tatami, So I was surprised at the variety of seating inside this particular ferry. Nonetheless, this option is a popular choice for many, so grab space while you can. The area around the cafe provides seats with a larger table to enjoy snacks or to get some work done. I thought this area behind the cafe was pretty cute. It was a popular choice for families with small children, and I like the lime green and the cozy environment this area provides. Moving towards the rear of the ship, and we come across some outdoor seating. It wasn't used too much today. As you can see from the deck, we went through a couple rain showers along the way, and it was quite windy. But the drink and ice cream machine didn't seem to mind the less than ideal weather. The Hikinami no Hanare is a quiet enclosed room at the rear of the ship, completely separate from the main space on the second deck. The sofa seats are pretty comfortable, and I was willing to close my eyes for a few minutes, as I was awake since the early hours for that Ionara Monogatari sightseeing train. Turning our attention to the third deck, it's a nice open area to enjoy the views. There's a few seats and tables, and a green area. The afternoon sun made it look pleasant. Again, it was quite windy and it was misty this day, so I spent no more than a few moments up here. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the second and third deck. Wi-Fi is offered on board, and like anywhere in the country, you should have no problems connecting to it. And of course, I wish everyone a happy new year, and if this is your first time coming along for the ride, why not subscribe for continued travel and mostly trains and aviation related content. But if you are looking for some ideas for a future trip to Japan, why not check out some of these videos. There is a cafe on the second deck. It has a variety of udon bowls, rice dishes, and light snacks, with a variety of hot and cold drinks. I already had that bento earlier, so back in my seat, I simply enjoyed an afternoon libation. So cheers to a new year, and a wonderful 3-year-old ferry. There is one set of washrooms on board, and they were nice and clean. You probably couldn't tell that you're on a ship inside of it. As we near Kure, we were offered some nice views of the setting sun, as the rain showers have appeared to have passed. On the other side of the ship, I caught the SEA Spica, I think that's how you pronounce it, passing us by. It's a high-speed ferry which was used for the G7 summit in 2023. All but one of the G7's presidents or prime ministers used this boat to reach Miyajima, that place with the floating torii gate. Want to guess which one? This was a very nice, smooth ferry crossing, and at 2 hours to Kure and 2 hours 45 minutes to Hiroshima, it's a solid connection between Shikoku and Western Honshu, as you have to backtrack to Kagawa if you want to take the train. It's a nice change to travel on the sea rather than along it or above it. It provides a different vantage point to take in the world around you, and I simply don't do it enough. The interior design is laid out nicely, and I appreciate the use of dark colors and the bright lemon lime green inside. At the time of editing, there are 10 ferry crossings per day in each direction. Only the times highlighted in blue are the SEA Paseo 1 or 2. The price of a passenger without a car is 4,000 yen between Matsuyama and Kure, and 1,000 yen between Kure and Hiroshima. If you are in Japan on a tourist visa, you can take advantage of the discounted price. Check the website for the current information. and at 5:15 we reach Kure on the east side of Hiroshima Prefecture, which brings us to the end of another trip. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts about this ferry crossing, and I'll catch you in the next video.